Hey guys, it's Jo and welcome to episode 2 of Wine, Sex and Chill. So for today's episode, we're just going to be discussing sexual relationships, everything I know about sexual relationships. So this is basically just going to be my experiences on sexual relationships and stuff like that. So let's just get started. So what is a sexual relationship? To me, a sexual relationship is a relationship between two consenting partners, or where they decide to have sex as part of their relationship. Hope that makes sense. So it's basically two people having a discussion and saying, other than engaging in either a romantic relationship or just a friendship, they decide to have sex as part of that friendship, so it becomes a sexual relationship. So you become sexual partners. And sexual relationship does not involve love. Like, love and sexual relationships never mix, because they're two separate things when it comes to this, because at the end of the day you might not end up loving that person or having romantic feelings for that person. You just end up just wanting to have sex with them. So I have had 3 sexual relationships, and I'm going to give you a timeline of each relationship and like the pros and the cons for each of those relationships. Relationship number 1 was from 2012 to 2014. It was on and off between those 3 years, and it started off very randomly. I had met this guy and I fancied him, so I invited him over to my place for drinks. We got drunk and then had sex. So that's how it happened. So we had sex a couple of times later, and then he just disappeared for about 8 months. No warning, no nothing. He just disappeared, and I was like, okay, cool, you know. So yeah, and then he came back and we just started having sex again, and it was like an on and off thing. Like, he'd call me or I'd call him and stuff like that. So whenever either of us were free, you know, we'd just hook up and stuff, and it was fun. It was okay. It was a good sexual relationship. But for that, during the beginning, I kind of sort of got feelings, and the thing with that, we never defined the relationship at all. So after he disappeared, I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't fall for this guy, and then he doesn't seem to be interested in me more than just wanting to have sex with me. So that's how it went. So it was on and off, and then it just started dwindling. Like, we just stopped talking for a while and stuff. Go months without talking, then he just randomly text or call me. So it just ended like that. Plus also, this is then in 2015 is when my ex asked me out. So, you know, I cut all ties with this guy, because one thing about me, I'm the type of person, I will close off stuff. So that for like that sexual relationship, like, I closed it off once. I started really liking my ex and stuff like that. I just started pulling away from this guy and then closed it off, Kapsa. So I know how to compartmentalize. I know how to put things in a box so that they don't affect anything I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the pros of that one is that he was good in bed. He wasn't my best, but he was good in bed. And for me, coming back to the country and just trying to figure out who I am, what I'm doing with life, it was a good distraction and stuff like that. And yeah, he was a chill guy. He was a good guy. I didn't mind him at all. The cons was like, he kind of got attached. Like, he'd always want to have sex, even when he was in a relationship with somebody else. He'd want to cheat on that person with me, and I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, I'm not going to be involved like that, because I was once a side chick without knowing, and it really got to me. So hey, that's a story for another time. But since then, I'm like, no, I'm not going to have sex with you if I know you're in a relationship with somebody else, because I do not want to be the cause of that other person's heartbreak, you know. So that was it with that relationship. And sexual relationship number 2 happened in 2 phases. The first one was June or July of 2016 to October of 2016. Then again, August, September of 2017 to December of 2017. So I know some of you had mentioned that in 2016 and wasn't I with my ex. we had broken up for a few months between March and November, so there was that breakup. So there was that gap. I never cheated on my ex, so for those who are thinking about it. So so sexual relationship number 2 is when I realized what a sexual relationship actually is. It's when that just, I was like, wow, like, dude, we can actually be friends, have sex, and never have any feelings attached and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I was so happy with that. So this is where I discovered that sex is a connection. Because in my first sexual relationship, I was just having sex to have sex. Like, I was horny, so I'm having sex. He's in heat, so we're having sex. But with this one, it was a connection. Like, whenever we'd meet up, I'd be either stressed or just want to spend time with him, and I'd be relaxed. We'd have a conversation, we'd chill, we'd catch up. Like, it was so nice. It was amazing. Like, it was a beautiful relationship. Like, if it's one of those relationships I would go back to, if I had an opportunity to do that, I'd go back to that, because it just had a nice flow to it. It was nice. It was nice. And what I liked, the pro of this one is when I'd call him or text him and he is free, he'd be like, yes, come. And we always said friends first. I will explain with this when it comes to rules. And he's just an amazing person. He's an amazing soul. Like, I know you're watching, so yeah, I'm gassing you up right now. Like, he's such a really nice person, man. And having experienced him in a sexual level made me even have more respect for him as a person. So yeah, like, there were no bad things in sexual relationship number 2, none at all. Then comes sexual relationship number 3, which started December of 2017. And with this one, it's very raw, very natural, it just happened, like, out of nowhere. Like, I met this guy the day before, then the next day we're having sex. It just had a nice flow to it. I really, really enjoyed how it started, and I'm enjoying how it's evolving to whatever it's going to be. So we've been spending a lot of time together. It's been about 2 months now, and he's a really nice guy, man. Like, when I want to vent, like a few days ago, I was so tired from work. I'd had meetings the whole day. So when I was coming home, I was like, I'm passing by your place just to kiss you and vent. And I was like, hey, cool, come through. I went there. I legit lay on him for like 15 minutes just telling him how tired I am. Then he's like, no, don't worry. If you want to sleep, sleep. If you want to rest, rest. He's the type of guy that calms me down, like, if I'm having a bad day or stuff like that, he'll just be like, you know what, you want to go for a walk, or you want to come and chill over, or you want to come and do this. It's very nice. And then the sex is wow. Yeah, it's good. It's amazing. Like, I know it's not a good idea to rank sexual relationships and to compare sexual relationships, but with this one, honestly, he's top 3. He's in my top 3. Is it top 3? Yeah, he's in my top 3. Like, I have 3 guys. If they called me right now and be like, what are you doing, you want to come over, I'll be like, yeah, I'm coming, I'm on the way. So he's in the top 3. So yeah. The pros of this relationship is I can talk to him about anything and everything. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I can talk to him about that. If I just want to have a random conversation, I can talk to him about that. If I'm just feeling down and low, I can talk to him. Cons, there are times when I really need him and I'm really horny and he's busy, so that's just the only con. But so far, so good. So those have been my sexual relationships, and that's how they've come to be. So I've gone from immature to mature. The last 2 sexual relationships, number 2 and 3, have been very mature relationships. Like, we've talked about things and stuff like that. The first one was just plain sex, and that was it. So now I'm going to talk about rules. I am the type of person who believes in setting rules in anything you do, in any relationship, in whatever you're doing, I believe you need to set rules so that nothing gets lost or nobody gets hurt. You get what I mean? And if you hear the wind, I'm so sorry, it's so windy today. All of a sudden, like, the wind in Kikuyu is out full force. Okay, so for rules, I have like 5 rules, you know. So the first one is buy your own condoms. And there's a story behind this. So I am allergic to every condom in the market other than Durex. I have no idea why. I think it's because Durex use natural latex, while the others, I think it's synthetic. I don't know. There's just an ingredient in every other condom that I will itch as soon as I'm done. As soon as I'm done, I will itch. And I have proven this fact over and over again. So with my first sexual relationship, there was a time I was at home, so he was coming over to me and I'd run out of my condoms. So I told him, please come with condoms, and remember I only use Durex. So he's like, alright, cool, easy. He comes. So he comes, we're doing our thing. As soon as he got out, I started itching. And I was like, what is going on? The first thought that came to my mind is like, oh my god, I've caught an STI or an STD or something. I was just like, I am so dead, you know. But then I was like, no, we've just used condoms. So I asked him, why it's so noisy? I'm sorry for that. So I asked him, what brand did you use? And it was some very generic brand. And I was like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me right now? I thought I have told you over and over again that I can only use Durex. So from that day, and that was in 2013, I have bought my own condoms. I always have a packet of condoms in my person, you know, always have them. Rule number 2 is you need to discuss whether it's an exclusive relationship or not. And when I mean like this is that, are you guys going to have sex with other people? Because when it comes to this, I need to know if you're going to have sex with other people so that I take extra measures to take care of myself, you know. Because I know you, okay? The relationship, it's me and you. But if you add other people, I do not know these other people. I do not know if they're sleeping with other people. I do not know what diseases they're carrying around. So I do not want to catch that. So I need to take care of myself first. So that's what I mean by discussing whether it's exclusive or not. Sexual relationship number 1 and 2 were not exclusive, but at least for 2 he told me, and we discussed it, and we're like, no, it's easy, it's cool, it's fine. We only see each other a few times every month or every other month, you know. So it was like that. And with sexual relationship number 3, we've had that discussion, and I'm like, if you want to sleep with other people, just tell me prior. It's not like we're going to have an entire discussion on why you're sleeping with other people. It's just going to be like, hey, there's somebody else, I'm going to be sleeping with this other person, and I'm, hey, cool, easy. So I make sure I always protect myself, because I ain't about to catch something. No. Then rule number 3 is always communicate. Always have a discussion, no matter what it is. Always talk, because at times people need their space. At times people need to do other things. Like with me and Chris, there's a time we'd spend day in and day out, we were together to a point it became too overwhelming, and I could feel it. I'm the type of person who feels people's emotions, especially if I get really close to you. That's how I knew that my relationship was going to end by that. But anyway, I could feel that there's something bothering him. So I was like, hey, baby, what's going on? What's happening? And he just came and told me, like, I don't mean to sound rude or whatever, but I need space. And I'm like, no, it's not sounding rude or anything. Just, even me need space. Like, wow, I like you. It's fun hanging out with you, but hey, we need like a timeout, you know. So these days we take like 3 to 4 days time out, and then when my periods come, at least we have those 5 days as a timeout. So like that, always communicate, because you never know what the other person is thinking, or that other person will never know what you're thinking unless you tell them what's going on. You get? Okay. Rule number 4 is, if the other person meets somebody and they want to be in a romantic relationship with that other person, the sexual relationship needs to end immediately. As I said earlier, I'm not the type of person to be a cheater or cheat with you when you're cheating on your partner. I'm not. Like, no. can't. I've been cheated on. I know how that feels, and it's no. So it's like a veto power. Like, if I find somebody else and I'm romantically attracted to that person, I will tell my current sexual partner that it's been nice, but there's somebody else I'm feeling, and I do not want to mix things up and stuff like that. And again, with me, I'm able to close off that door capsa. That's why I'm still very tight friends with my second partner, like sexual relationship number 2. And that's a thing people tend not to understand, that it is possible for you not to feel that person anymore the way you used to feel them. But if you call me up and I'm single and I'm free, I'll be like, yeah, cool, it's easy. But if I'm seeing somebody else, I switch it off kabisa. Like, it's just a thing that I'm able to do. Okay. And then any other rules? Yeah, I think that's basically it. Like, some rules will pop up here and there, and rules also on like what activities we are going to add into the relationship. Like, are we going to have other people come into the relationship, like maybe a threesome or something of the sort? Or are we going to be very kinky, freaky, or are we going to keep it mild? And like such things. It's always just a discussion. Like, are we going to have a timetable, and when we have sex, like a set timetable, or we're just going to go with the flow? But yeah, such things. Just discuss, figure out what's going on and stuff like that. So now for part 3 of this topic, I had asked you guys on Instagram. I hosted a poll on Instagram asking, is it possible to be in a sexual relationship and never catch feelings? The results were interesting. 52% of you said yes, it is possible to be in such a relationship and never catch feelings, while 48% of you were like, honey, you're going to catch feelings, I'm going to catch feelings, and it's going to be a whole hot mess. So I'm going to read the comments of some of you people who said no. And yeah, one of you goes like, men, yes, it's possible for men to never catch feelings, but for women, never. Like, that's unheard of. And her reason was, sex for women is emotional. At some point, you will definitely get attached. Then the other second comment was, somebody said like, yes, it's very possible not to develop feelings at all and stuff like that. Another one goes like, another one went and said that it is very possible to catch feelings. Like, it always happens, especially for women, because for a woman, you need to be attracted to the person in order to have sex with them. And I also agree with this one. Like, I do not disagree with any of those comments. I agree with them. Women have sex emotionally, and for a woman, you also need to be attracted to the person to have sex. But having sex emotionally doesn't mean feelings get caught, doesn't mean romantic feelings get attached. I am a very emotional person, so I have sex with my whole being, all of my emotions, like every single part of me. But I won't catch feelings because I'm able to differentiate and be like, this is just for sex. But if you get into the relationship in the beginning and say this is just going to be sex, then it's just going to be sex. But if you say that you want to be with this guy romantically, then you will start feeling romantically. It's all about telling yourself what you want. And then the one for, you need to be attracted to this person. Yes, you need to be attracted, but not romantically attracted to them. So the next one was being attracted to the person in order to have sex with them. Yes, I am sexually attracted to Chris. I am intellectually attracted to Chris, but I am not emotionally attracted to Chris in a romantic way. You can be attracted to people in different ways. I can be attracted to you intellectually, meaning I enjoy having conversations with you, I enjoy talking to you, but you're not the most physically attractive, or you're not the most sexually attractive. I can be attracted to you physically, like God crafted you and took extra time on you. But once you open your mouth, the things you speak of or how you speak, I'm just like, nah, just close your mouth. I'll look at you. I don't need to hear you. You see, I can also be emotionally attracted to you, like romantically, like I want to be with you, I want to feel you, and things like that. There are so many levels of attractiveness. Like, we need to stop putting everything in one box. Like, when you say I'm attracted to you, doesn't mean I'm attracted to you in all different aspects. You get? So that's how it is. So for me, I don't believe feelings will ever get caught. Yes, in my first one, I caught feelings early on. But then after that, when I sat down with myself and I told myself what I wanted from this relationship, I was like, nah, that's not happening. And yeah, you see, that's how it is. It's all about discussing the situation, telling yourself what you want from anything. Because honestly, if you do not go with a game plan into anything you're doing, you're going to get lost, you're going to get hurt, you're just going to, be confused and stuff. So always have a game plan, always know what you want, and at the end of the day, it's your decision. Do whatever you want whenever you want, as long as it's not harming you or harming the ones around you. So yeah, I think that's all I had to say in relation to sexual relationships. I hope the noise wasn't too much. Hopefully when I'm editing I'll be able to hear how it is, and if not, I'll just filming it again. But yeah, you see, sexual relationships are nice. They're beautiful. I like them. And where I am currently in life, a romantic relationship isn't in the works for me. Like, I have completely closed off that box because I never want to be hurt the way I've been hurt. I never want to feel the way I was feeling up and stuff like that. So sexual relationships are easy for me. They're relaxing. They're enjoyable. They're beautiful, So yeah, quick thing. Some of you have actually DM'd me asking if Chris is who you think it is, and as I said, I met Chris 12th of December. So he's nobody, I have never introduced Chris to you, and I know who you guys are thinking it is, and it's not him. I wish it was him, but it's not in the cards for us. So yeah, Chris is a very, very new person, and I like it that way. And I don't think I'm going to introduce him to the channel anytime soon, or introduce him to you guys anytime soon. You'll just be seeing like sneak body pieces here and there, because I am liking keeping him a secret. My previous relationship was all over the net. Like, you guys know who my ex is and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just feels better this way, having him to myself. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's conversation, today's topic. And on that note, we're going to be having 2 episodes every month, because I felt as though there is so much to discuss, and having 1 episode a month was just too little, too little. And yeah, before I babble on and say things that I might regret, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're new to my channel through this, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share the video. Let's have a discussion, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.